Yes, guys, welcome back to another episode of More to Follow, your favorite podcast. Mbona hiyo reaction? Napenda. Joining me in studio today, itabidi umejipiga introduction.
Okay, see.
New Year resolution inakuanga ya week 1.
Happy New Year, guys. Konene as usual.
Is it Happy New Year episode 2 band? Tufanye kazi.
Tunafanya Happy New Year mpaka July.
Hello.
Mpaka July.
Mpaka February.
It's 14th. Okay. If it works for you, ni sawa.
By the February 14th is now when the year's started.
Yeah.
Okay. On the mic.
Vanessa Kibunja.
And my moniker for the day is Ireriwa Irugi. Relax. Relax. You see, these are people who hate where they come from. Anyway, this was a prophet. He was a prophet of the Embu people. Mm-hmm. So in the 19th century, many seers in Kenya predicted the coming of the Europeans. And there were quite a number in Mount Kenya region. And one of them was Ireri. And he said that there are strangers who will come from the east heading towards Kirinyaga. And they had a special animal with an iron mouth that would control all different groups of people.
Guns.
Yeah, it was the guns. Yeah.
Back in history, I read that, according to the books of history, as the guy from Cumberland.
Mm-hmm. No, there were a couple of people.
You said about the snake
in the Mount Kenya region, and the snake that
vomiting fire.
And then there was a very brilliant Maji rebellion. We all know what.
It's like the Chelsea Defense Forces, but yeah.
No.
That's wild.
Yeah,
that's
no, it's nasty business. But also, remember Maji rebellion?
Of course.
Do you remember?
Of course.
Conan introduced her to us.
Okay. Do you know what happened in the Maji rebellion?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you know the more to follow abridged version of what happened in the Maji rebellion?
No.
That was episode.
Kelly has a lot of articles to.
Okay. That was episode 3 or 4.
Yeah, 2, 3 or 4. 2,
3 or 4, season 1. Yeah, just go and.
Actually, it should be 2 because that was your.
Yeah, it was 2.
Yeah, time,
Season 1, episode 2. Go and find out what's the abridged version of the Maji rebellion.
Okay.
Anyway, so season 2, episode 2. Thank you for joining us. Our circumstance of the day. This one I'll just go straight into it because I remember last week there was a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Proper cliffhanger, and we want to give it as much time as possible.
Fair enough.
So my wife wanted to get into role play to spice things up in the bedroom. I asked what she had in mind.
Okay.
Na imesema wife. So this is sifanye vitu na talking stages. So she said, let's play doctor. So I told her to go into the bedroom, shut the door, take off all her clothes, and wait on the bed for me.
Doctor ring ding.
And then after half an hour, I walked in, told her to lose 20 pounds, and handed her a bill for $300.
Wow.
How did you know your partner hates you?
Massacre.
That man hates you. Yeah.
Deal.
Okay.
I feel like I want to go home.
And you know what's funny? It's not the wife recanting this. It's my wife and I.
It's him saying what he did. Anajisema. Human beings are complex and strange. Like you, audacity inakuanga imeuzwa cheaply huku nje. Cheaply. Is it that it wasn't expensive? Cheaply.
Yes, let's just get into a cliffhanger, man.
Sorry about that, guys. We had a bit of a power surge. Kenya Power is overworking, but we're back. But I guess this will only affect the people who are watching. Those who are listening, but it's fine. It is what it is. Anyway, so tulikuwa tumeacha very nice cliffhanger. So Madam mwenye swali, I'll step back. I'll take a step back, and then you can lean in, grab the mic with both hands. So that she's audible. It's a very
Yours is fine. It's hard. She does it all the
her
time.
execution is a bit
I do what?
out of the ordinary.
All the time.
See, I'm just following instructions.
Hey,
It's okay.
like a good girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yo. Okay.
Anyway, I hope I'll be able to remember how I structured the question, but my train of thought is still there. I remember in the previous episode she said the role was self-appointed, meaning she felt the urge to step in this leadership role and start enabling and helping the youth. So my question is, now that she's also mentioned other youth leaders, were they also self-appointed? Is there a process where you declare your role? Is it something that is recognized and gazetted, if it's gazetted, or is there like a structure whereby if we were looking for county youth development policies, we know if you go to Nakuru,
Yeah.
we will call Kibunja.
Excuse
No, back up. Pull up, nigga. Back up. Yo. Come again?
Sasa umefanya nisahau. Nini namjelewa hapo?
I have understood the question.
Yes.
This is your TA? TM, target market.
Yes. So it comes in different ways. So there is the first instance is, let's just start with, I came up with the role. So when you come up with the role, media and youth representative, okay, I'll just take you through what I went through. So just my experience. So when I came up with the role, I had ideas of what I want to do. So what did I want to do? So I wanted to work with the youth. I wanted to work in parliament, and I wanted to just be part of the community and make a positive change in my life and in my community and fellow youth. So once I came up with the role, I had everything in mind. So just came up with it. But then with coming up with a role comes the point where you feel like you're freelancing. You are an entity on your own. So you have to do the extra work. You have to go pitch the role. You have to go pitch your business. It's like business. You go pitch your business to the organizations and institutions you want to work with. So it's like business. It's your own business. So for me, felt like that. And then that's just when you have the role, you came up with the role. The other instance is there are youth jobs in different institutions. They have like a docket where they deal with youth. They deal mostly with CSR. So we have institutions and places that have that role, like a youth representative. If they need a youth representative, they will have it sent out to the people.
Yeah.
Like you need to apply, you need to go through the interview process. It's like a job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have that instance. And then
Are those like NGOs?
yeah. NGOs or even other institutions, like might also be government institutions or even corporate. But yeah, you have to apply for that job.
Okay.
Yes.
So a backstory for why I asked this question is they're actually youth appointed leaders by the government.
Yes.
Probably you've worked with the National Youth Council, or you heard of the National Youth Council.
Yes.
When it came into existence, it was way after the 2007 violence. And they realized from the statistics that were done later in reports, they realized the youth played a big role when it came to the violence. And it's because the ignorance that was there and the desperation for youth to make a coin, they were used wrongly by the negative leaders
Yes.
to push an agenda
Yes.
that kind of brought around the violence. And also they were the people on ground
Yes.
conducting the violence. So when it came to existence or into gazettement or something like that, there was supposed to be a whole election for the youth leader.
Yes.
So per county, it starts with the ward level all the
Yes,
way
yes,
up
yes.
to the national level.
Yeah.
The first time I think these elections were made, they became violent. And that made a bit of a conundrum of how they're going to come about with a youth leader
Yes.
nationwide. Because with the youth leader is actually supposed to come for a board board members of a couple of number of people. He's taken my phone, so I can't, because I want to give the right facts, but I don't have them exactly. But I remember the board, there's a board that sits from the elected leaders from each ward
Yes.
and each county.
Yes.
And then with now the board, there's one youth leader that is elected
Yes.
from there. So he is the one who's the voice of the youth to the president. He has a direct route to the parliament, president. The board now sits to come up with ideas or to voice the problem of the youth. National Youth Council itself, even its tag is they're the voice of the youth. So they're supposed to talk about the issues that these people from their wards, because now the guys at their wards are supposed to be in touch with the community in their wards to talk about what issues they are facing, to come now to the national, the information trickles up to the national level.
Yes.
So I know there were youth leaders. I don't know if they're still in existence because it's way past the time we're supposed to have conducted the elections for these youth leaders. So the reason why I asked that is because I wanted to know, are we still maintaining the youth leaders that we had back then, or these youth leaders that you've met, how they came into existence?
Okay. So I have met different kinds of youth leaders, and in my opinion, I have met, they are different, but I feel like they have the same agenda. They are just different. I believe in being unique. And we are in a time and era where we need to embrace change and embrace being unique. You have to be unique, because if you remain the same, you won't do as much. So the youth leaders I have met are very different. I've met nominated, I've met elected, I've met self-made youth leaders, I've met just different kinds of leaders. Yeah, and especially right now, since it's 2024, I chose to, I just have a purpose where I embrace our different youth leaders, because they're different. Because utapata, this one is elected, amenda through the necessary processes of being elected as a youth leader, and then you'll find someone like me who put herself out there, and then just things happen. Things just happen, and it feels like a calling.
Yeah.
It feels like a calling. You have to answer to the calling. Yeah.
To be honest, even most of the youth leaders we used to work with back in the day were people who had given themselves the role, because they were more vocal, they were more passionate than some of the leaders that were elected, because for them, you'd get to a point you realize this one just likes being in that powerful seat.
Yes.
But they really don't care about the youth. So we'd find ourselves looking for people like you to probably educate the youth, because most of the times, I think I'll ask this even as a question. Have you noticed that most youth don't actually know what opportunities are here for them in this country?
Yes.
Politically, economically, I wouldn't say spiritually, but most of it is politically and economically. Because like you've said, you talked about bursaries.
Yes.
Do you even know the process of getting a bursary? See the point? Did you even know there was a council for the youth?
No.
There's a
Did you know there
National
was a
Youth
whole
Council.
process to get a youth leader?
Yeah, I'm being surprised about the elections.
I that much at least for the council.
You're a liar.
Process. I did know it.
Before Konene.
Yeah, before today, yeah.
No, before Konene. Before you knew Konene.
But I knew it before this moment.
No. Don't be smart.
cannot
You're playing
cheat
fast
me.
and loose. You're playing fast and loose with this.
Yes, I did because it's been there, and they also tried to have it. It's similar to what happens in high school as well.
Yeah.
So it's been there.
It's actually, No, I said county
Sorry?
youth
You
stupid
development.
fuck.
Sorry.
I said county youth development policies. You all acted shocked. You know what that is.
Yes,
right?
I do.
You were in the process of making some of them.
A bit, yes.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest,
So-
I know it's just that we didn't expect it at that time. You just name dropped. Like you flashed.
okay.
In 2024, we're not
So
believing men.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not being mean, but
You're a liar.
just to point it out, before a new regime comes to play, not even a new regime, after every 4 years before election, youths are supposed to sit down per county and come up with a county youth development policy. These are things as the youth you envision to implement in the
Yes.
new government coming in. Either it's challenges, either it's ideas, either it's whatever it is that you feel like it needs change and it needs to be voiced.
Okay.
You sit down and make a document, a conclusive document, which is finally usually handed over to the next government. So they're supposed to
Yes.
have this information with them and see what they can work with or what they can change. To be honest, I've not seen it come to play, but
Really. Now,
yeah.
honestly speaking, they don't. As
Hey,
youth,
shut joke.
no. As youth, we need to engage,
Yeah.
but we are not involved.
Yeah.
The authorities in play need to involve the youth in these processes. They also need to educate the youth. I've seen a bit of education of these chances, these opportunities, these jobs, these initiatives. They've tried, but they really need to have, you see, this kind of discussion. They need to have these kinds of discussions often, because they leave out the youth. When it comes to matters youth, we are left as the youth. We are left behind. We are not asked questions. We are not involved. We are not engaged by the authorities. So they need to do, as a government, and especially, I would like to start with like county governments. County governments need to be really aware and have the youth speak up to what they want, how they want it, what to do, how to handle these issues, and especially, I would like to see positive changes in county governments when it came to youth, because involving us is really mandatory, and it's really important, because, and also have youth in these governments. You'll find that the people involved, and especially in politics, we have a few people in government that are youthful, like they are considered youthful, people who understand who a youth is, like age bracket, how they think.
Who is a youth?
Who is a youth, by the way? I will also ask you that question. Who is a youth? Who do you think a youth is?
Myself.
According, okay.
Yes,
You.
Owen,
Oh,
yeah.
why you?
Such a annoying answer.
Yeah. I know according to the UN, it's any individual in between the ages of 18 to 35. And I think that's the one
that's
also
also my
what
definition.
we use in the Kenyan.
Yes.
Context.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll have people who are 30.
42.
We have people past 35 still
Past
pushing the
35
agenda of the
and-
youth.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's a lot, because sometimes they may not really understand us as the youth.
Yeah.
And especially when pushing agendas for the youth, kidogo,
That's actually very true.
yeah.
Okay, I have like a double-edged question.
Okay.
compose yourself.
Good.
Ango, check on that.
Good. I'll do the right thing.
So, how do you navigate leadership and politics? I think you had mentioned something about being in parliament,
Yes.
trying to access. So,
Yes.
how did that play? How does that tie to, the leadership aspect?
Yes.
How do you also navigate the politics that come into that?
Yes.
And then if Owen one day decides that he wants to quit his job and just go and work in parliament, can he just walk in and and ask for a job as a youth leader type of thing? And yeah.
Okay. So I'll address the first part of the question. So the first part asks about the balance between politics and leadership.
Yeah, because I think we have good politicians in this country.
Yes, we do.
Even the botanist, he's a good politician, but I think in terms of leadership, he doesn't do too well in that rating.
Yeah.
Also, something I was thinking about, this is just very off topic, and this is my ADHD thinking. We have a botanist who legalized logging and deforestation. That's wild, don't you think? Like, anyway.
At the same time, he's forcing people to
Plant trees.
plant trees so that you can have more log to export. Don't get it?
Maybe he likes wood. Please proceed.
coming. I saw it
Oh my God. Wow.
So did he.
Yeah.
So did he.
Yo.
Continue.
Hey. I feel like as a leader, okay, let's first start here. Politics is everywhere. I feel like politics run things, organizations, industries,
Podcasts.
podcasts. Politics is everywhere, and leadership is also everywhere. So when you learn, I feel like politics are the ins and outs of,
How things are done.
yes. It's just the ins and outs. So you need to also understand what politics is and how it happens, how it governs people, governs systems. You just need to understand politics, like have knowledge of politics in whatever field you're in and wherever you are. Just know how things are run.
Okay.
That to me is politics. And then there's leadership. Leadership, again, initiative, placement too, like where you're placed. If you've been placed to be a leader, like lead something or lead people or lead a system, being a leader feels like people looking at you for let's say advice, for insights, for your opinion. As a leader, if you're given the leader role, you're supposed to actually be the person I can, like, let's say, just can come ask a question about how am I going to do this. Just be on the know. As a leader, you need to also be on the know. Be the head of that organization, or be the head of the people. So the balance is just gain your knowledge, and if you're given the role as being a leader, just do it to the best of your abilities. Yes, and skills. It also means that you've been given the trust. You've been given the trust to lead whatever this is you're doing and lead the people. Yeah.
Still, can Owen walk into parliament and just...
Oh, no. Oh, so the second part is no.
I was actually going to ask, what about Owen's story of walking into parliament?
So I think
As if you would allow me to interject, as she
yes.
continues. Your previous question, I was thinking. I think that politics isn't necessarily evil in that politics is perception.
Yes.
And the reason we politic is because people, you see, you're a leader to lead. You're there for your people. So you're like a vessel, but you're supposed to be not a vessel at the same case. So you're like a gun that has a head, like a mind.
Yeah.
Head, like a human being's head.
Yes.
The one on top of the shoulders.
brain.
Yes, a brain.
Okay.
Brain is looking fine.
Yes.
It's okay. So tentatively, or let me use in should I say our profession or my profession? Fine. We talk about
Our profession.
independence. There's independence of mind and independence of appearance.
Yes.
It doesn't matter how well you're doing or how independent, how good you are, if it doesn't appear so. So that's how politics comes up in leadership as well.
Yeah.
So people need to believe you're doing well for them. People
Yeah.
need to believe and see that you're
And
doing well for them.
yes.
Otherwise, at the end of the day, because you see, we're different human beings, different perspectives.
You've opened a can of worms. You have.
But it's true though.
No,
Because
that element of people, and now that ties to what we had said in the first episode about negative leadership.
Yeah.
Because you could portray yourself as someone who is working for the betterment of the youth, but
Yeah.
in reality,
Yeah.
You're not.
you're creating the cliques that she talks about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like these guys are this way, these guys are that
This-
way,
Yeah.
and
But when he talked about imagery, it clicks that can you ever vote in a leader who's divorced?
as a
That
person,
is a broad topic.
that's a can of worms.
Yeah.
What I
Yeah.
would say is the outgoing, or rather the previous governor of the central bank was not married and he was well in his 50s.
Yeah.
And that caused an uproar. It was I still remember it was because I think he belongs to Opus Dei and is a non-marrying member. So guys were like,
If he can't keep his
you know,
household in
yeah,
check, how will he
Hands
keep
down.
our whole organization?
in check and stuff like
Yeah.
that and whatnot. I think he's done an okay job.
Is he still the governor?
No, he was taken out. The regime, everybody was wiped. All of them were taken out. There was mass retrenchment, so to speak.
As you're adding on to that, you see how you're saying there was an uproar for his marriage. Again, politics. It had nothing to
Yeah.
do with who he was,
Or
what he was
can do.
offering.
The fact that he
Yeah.
worked in the IMF before he came,
It had nothing to do with that. It could
Imagery.
probably even be the next person who should have gotten the job that started all this.
This is why we have so much uproar about Gachagwa's imagery. You just realize, like, every time you say you have to look a certain way to be a leader.
Gachagua is such a kienyo, man.
But then I feel like
See the Christmas decorations,
yeah. Oh, wow.
Kikuyu Gothic.
He makes my days, to be honest.
He looks like the kind of guy who will not wash rice before cooking. Come to think of it,
Pretty sure he doesn't even go to the kitchen.
yeah.
friend if you were arrested.
No.
It's the one thing we
Not want to be
enjoy.
arrested.
No.
It's the one thing you enjoy in Kenya that you can't enjoy in many countries, the freedom of speech. Before, our botanist takes it away because it's coming. We might not have this
true,
freedom
Yeah, that's
in the next few.
yeah.
But then
Anyway, if he comes for me, I'll cook for him some rice.
okay.
And you'd make sure you wash it, yeah?
Yeah, I'll make sure. I wash it.
Rice with konyagi.
No. He doesn't drink. He does not drink alcohol.
This is why I don't
what
trust
he
people
said.
who don't drink alcohol. It's
Now
a
you
whole
get
story.
arrested.
But people who don't drink alcohol,
You got arrested, my friend.
You're bordering on.
You're pushing it now.
it's so
now
cute.
she's pushing it.
But then I
Okay,
feel
yeah. So to wrap it up.
Okay, to wrap it
can I
up.
get into parliament or not?
no, you just does. Oh my goodness, you just don't get into parliament just like that. If you'd like to go to parliament or visit parliament, you need to have an invitation.
So you have to know people.
No. It's just policies. It's parliament policies, you just you go to their website, you fill in the details there, and then now get the invitation letter. Like it's like you can come to parliament.
Is it easy?
Yes, it's through the Kenyan Parliament website. So, and then just wait, and that is for attending parliament proceedings. If you want to attend parliament proceedings, you have to, it's called an invitation. So you just fill in that form with your details, and then from there you will get the invitation to attend parliament. But if you want to also see, like just visit person or an official working there, you just go through the same process. If you have their contacts, it's better. Yeah, so that you can just have a smooth process of attending parliament. But you just can't attend parliament just like that.
I know we're supposed to be wrapping up the episode. But for example, if you get the invitation to attend a proceeding, can you participate, or you're just a silent?
No. You attend and just listen in.
What if you want to participate?
Participation in parliament is, I feel like it's tied down to the members of parliament. Yes.
Okay. Uko na suggestion box yenye unaweza.
Let's wrap this episode up. The way Konene will now make us seem like radicals and stuff.
That's true.
We look like a Castro government wanting to.
It's just when you have an idea, when they're putting their emotions in, and you have a good idea. Check a suggestion box. Maybe later they will.
I have seen suggestion boxes.
Honorable Malema, order.
Anyway, I think next week we next week we can get into, in the next week's episode we will get into she mentioned something about a website. We can get into these various resources that people can actually go and check out, and see mimi Sandra Konene na hapa ya kwamba
unanipeana wazee mapolisi wanakuja.
Anyway.
And also for the last episode, I'd wish for us if she could give like an advice to the youth.
Okay. Thanks guys. What follow?